starting on page 14, pumped up. The left ventricle is a mega muscular chamber. Its walls are thick and strong. They have to be, because they pump blood out of the heart and send it to the rest of the body. That's where you're headed, too, around the world. Blood doesn't just slosh around in your body after it leaves the heart. First, it goes through another valve, the aortic valve. Then it travels through blood vessels, which are like the tunnels of a super subway system. The main goals of blood vessels is to nourish body cells by bringing them things that they need, like oxygen. Blood travels throughout the entire body in different types of blood vessels. The main kinds of blood vessels are arteries, capillaries, and veins. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins carry blood to the heart, and capillaries connect arteries and veins. If all the blood vessels in the human body were lined up end to end, you'd have to travel about 60,000 miles to get from one end to the other. That's the equivalent of going around the world twice. And he's saying, come on, one more lap. And she's run 30,000 miles, which is all around the world. The arching aorta. Arteries are big. All arteries have thick elastic walls. These walls have 3 layers, each with lots of give, so they can expand as blood passes through them. The artery you're traveling in as you leave the left ventricle is called the aorta. It's the biggest artery in the whole body. It's an important one too, because all blood travels through it before heading off to other places in the body. As you travel through the aorta, you'll notice that it forms an arch. Like subway tunnels, 3 blood vessels branch off at the top of the arch. These blood vessels are arteries that carry blood to the head, neck, and arms. The aorta continues on, however, carrying blood downward. The blood traveling through the aorta will eventually branch off to reach the rest of the body, including the lungs, kidneys, stomach, intestines, and legs. Don't pressure me. Due to the pumping of the heart, blood moves through the aorta under a lot of pressure. The measurement of pressure on the walls of arteries is called blood pressure. This pressure moves blood to the smaller blood vessels. There's one now. It's a capillary. This is going to be a tight squeeze. Tiny but terrific. Capillaries are so narrow that red blood cells pass through them one at a time. Some capillaries have more space than others, depending on where they are in the body. For example, capillaries in parts of the intestine and in the brain are narrower or smaller in diameter than those in the skin. Capillary walls are only one thin cell layer thick. But that's a good thing because, whoa, what was that? And he's saying, there's a lot of traffic today. And this is the capillary toll booth because they're so small. Only one at a time, please. Excuse you. P.U. Your red blood cell just passed gas. Well, actually, it released the oxygen it was carrying. And this type of gas doesn't really smell. The oxygen passed through the capillary wall. Good thing these walls are so thin, and was picked up by a body cell. Then the body cell released carbon dioxide, CO2, which is a waste product, which passed through the capillary wall and was picked up by red blood cells. Don't leave yet, there's more to come. Not only has oxygen arrived at this lucky little body cell, but nutrients have too. When oxygen from the red blood cells and glucose, a kind of sugar absorbed by the bloodstream from the digestive tract, meet in a body cell, they react to produce energy, carbon dioxide, and water. Water is always present in the body and is constantly being reused. This super reaction is called cellular respiration. It's important because it gives you energy to stand, energy to exercise, and even energy to circulate blood. So that little body cell now has everything it needs. Plus, we picked up its waste, carbon dioxide, and he's in special delivery, and he's giving this body cell oxygen. And then the body cell saying, will you take this? And he's giving him back carbon dioxide. Nowhere to go but up. The red blood cell you're on and the others around you have done their job. They've carried oxygen to the body cells. Now it's time to travel into a vein and head back toward the heart. Veins are blood vessels that are thinner than arteries, but thicker than capillaries. But thud! What did you just bump into? It was a valve. You better watch which way you're going. Like the heart, many veins have a cool way of preventing blood from flowing back the wrong way. One way, venous valves. These valves not only keep blood from going backward, they also help blood climb up into the heart as it travels against gravity. And you can see here's one open, and then it's going up, and here's a closed one. He's saying, hey, let me back in. And then he's saying, I guess there's no going back. And we're going to pause.